Welcome, welcome, welcome. We went for all red today.
Yay!
We thought that's enough with black, right?
Yeah.
Let's be passionate and,
Let's be
and
filled with
fiery.
love.
Hi guys, welcome.
Hi.
Hi my friends, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Happy Monday. That's so weird to have red. Oh, I never wear red.
I know.
Why do they do this thing? Well, I mean, why has black become the color and red?
The lady in red. Let's have a pizza now with lady in red.
Do you want to say hi to our friends?
Let's have a pizza, a whole lot of pizza with lady in red. Blue hat.
Hi guys, welcome, 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 welcome. So, Miss Erica is here with us today.
Hi.
She's gonna cook with me, with us.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited.
Me too.
You're the first guest actually.
I'm
so
so
excited.
excited.
Here.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you how this thing was born actually. We were
In
really
my
planning
chopped
on,
liver.
this was not like a planned thing. We wanted to bake.
Yeah.
When Ben was in Nashville, we wanted to have a girls' night and bake and make a Swiss meringue. Then neither one of us had ever attempted,
made.
or right?
No, never.
So we thought, okay, let's have a girls' night and bake, and then of course things, life happens,
Yeah.
and we got busy, and so I told her, just come over and be on the show. But we realized that making a Swiss meringue probably wasn't the best idea
Yeah.
on the spot.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It might be.
My one first and only attempt to any kind of meringue was a pavlova that miserably failed. So that's for another chapter.
Yeah.
I wore my nice maroon sweater to try
Yeah,
to
you
fit
mentioned
into the
that.
lady in red, but especially also because Erica threatened to douse me with pastry flour today. So I thought I'd wear something that would really be destroyed and ruined.
Okay, so we're cooking something sweet. Two actually dessert we're gonna have tonight.
Two?
Two, yeah. Because we are ambitious as always. So I'm just gonna start telling you what we're cooking, and then I'm gonna focus on you and read your comments, and I'll give you a little bit of history about these cookies. I've done some recipe testing for these. First time that I'm doing recipe testing. You guys are usually my test. So these are truly probably the best cookies I've ever made because they have a magical component. And the magical component is that
Hashish.
you eat the cookie, you know what you're eating, and then what happens in your mouth is it's almost like you have drank a glass of tangerine juice.
It's strange.
It's
but
amazing.
good.
It's one of the
Hi, Teresa.
So I'm very excited about this recipe. A few changes that I'm gonna go through now. And the second recipe is a mousse of, thank you. Ben, your tea is ready. A mousse of ricotta and shredded coconut and fresh strawberries. So, and then also I'll tell you what's magical about these cookies. They remind me of something very traditional from my hometown. But it's interesting because there's nothing about these cookies that there's no ingredient
I think you're right.
in this carnival sweet that we eat in February in Italy. I'll tell you more. Let's start with the ingredients. By the way, do we have any newcomer today? If so, introduce yourself and welcome to this beautiful community. Oh, there's someone from Italy. Red Goat.
Sì.
Hi, Red Goat.
Ciao, ciao.
Where are you?
Dove?
Where in Italy? So yeah, if there's anybody new, just new to live. We have a new to live. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining this beautiful group of friends.
Back here.
Yes, please. I'm going to get my scale.
Yeah.
Sorry, because I forgot the scale.
No worries.
And let's start measuring the ingredients.
We're in Italy.
Now, 0 on. Let's start with 230 grams of pastry flour. So this time I decided to try and use pastry flour, and I must say that it makes a difference. So 230.
Okay.
I probably should sift the flour,
So,
but I never sift the flour.
You don't use like the cups, you use the weight.
Yeah, because pastry. First of all, I'm not a baker, but pastry is so precise that to me cups are not precise enough for, too much. I don't know. Even the. Sorry, 32. Yeah, I don't. See, the cup will not give you the exact amount. And now this is a very simple cookie, so I don't think that a few more grams of an ingredient would make the difference. But in pastry, usually it makes a difference. If you use more, even the eggs are usually, like the real pastry chefs weight the eggs. So just saying 2 eggs, because some eggs are small, some eggs, speaking of, can you get me eggs from the fridge? So yeah, no cups for this recipe. I should probably sifted the flour. I have not. And so I'm just gonna
Very
mash.
British bake
I
off
think
with you.
perfect. I need 2. Because one thing that I know is I think that eggs need to be at room temperature when you bake. That's what they say. So here 2 eggs. See, the eggs usually are weighted. Now,
Weighed.
weighed. Oh yeah, like this,
Oh,
like
'cause
like
we
willing.
did
Weighted. That's not what you say.
I
in
know.
English.
Wait, yeah.
Weighed.
Like willing. And I
Duh.
get weigh.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Driven the back roads so I wouldn't get weighed.
So now we have 50 grams of coconut flour.
Yeah.
I'm using a mix of coconut flour and shredded coconut.
Okay.
I don't know why, I just like it. So 50 grams. And also, even though I think that coconut flour is basically the shredded coconut, right, made into a flour.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is. But I like the texture of the shredded coconut.
It's precise. It's so precise. She's really good. I mean, we know this, but.
People have been asking me about this scale, and
I mean, it's cool because you
Right?
literally just answered my question of like, how's it gonna know?
yeah, you put 0
what's
on,
already in there.
and actually you have also, you can use grams or pounds and ounces.
So you
I
put
go
the
with
bowl.
yeah,
and
you
then
put the
zero
ball
it.
and then you 0 so that the weight is
Wow.
so yeah, coconut flour I think is really just shredded coconut made into a flour, into a meal.
Somebody will correct us, I'm sure.
Now we're gonna use actually shredded coconut, and we're using how much shredded coconut? Unsweetened shredded coconut, 70 grams, see 0, and we do 70 grams of this.
Gosh, I thought that was rice when you were pouring it in there. Oh my god.
70 grams of coconut. Wanna try?
Oh sure.
It's gonna be the star of our
Really?
dish. There's a teaspoon there. So, here we have the coconut. Now, what we do is we add the sugar. Oh, Erica told me what biodynamic is. Last week we were talking about biodynamic.
Well, in layman's terms, it's basically a farm that's been allowed to go freely and wild and pesticide free and organic, and everything is like a cycle of growing and pulling things out back into the earth, growing. It's just a nice cycle.
Basically, how it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
So I put 80 grams of this
That was good.
biodynamic sugar. It's good coconut, right?
Yeah.
I'm starting to get things in bulk instead of the
waste
and
free.
yeah, and it's so the flavor I noticed is also different. So
All this talk of grams is making me twitchy.
Oh no.
so sugar. Now let's add one more thing. 15 grams of buckwheat. As you know, I have no idea what buckwheat flour does to this cookie, but it makes it healthy,
Okay.
right?
I'm there for it.
I know. I always
don't even
put
know
that
about
my 15 grams is really nothing compared to the rest. So I just put it because it makes it cool and healthy.
Yum.
They say the buckwheat is
And
good
it's
for you.
gluten free for the gluten free.
Oh no, but there's gluten in
Oh,
this.
that's okay. I'm okay. Yeah. I'm all good. I prepared
15. Here we are. Oops.
myself.
Okay.
Veronica
now.
just joined from Indiana. Loves
Hi,
for
Veronica.
Dogs, Loves for
Welcome.
Dogs joined. Good 5960 is new to live.
Yes, I welcomed her. How many men do we have and how many women?
Oh yeah.
I've been curious. I never actually asked because sometimes the username doesn't say anything about gender. Just out of curiosity, do we have any men apart from Mr. Benmont? Tench? Let me see. Sea salt. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Salt is in here.
Do we have Valerio today is what I'm afraid
no.
of.
Salt. Here we go.
Woman, thing. No, there was the one in a jar.
Bob
Yes,
Dionise joined. Right
also
on,
here,
Bob.
give me some vanilla essence. Sure. Okay, so I'm generous with the salt. So when they say a pinch of salt, put a nice pinch. It's always
Flavor.
nice to find the salt like that.
It brings out the flavor.
Yes, it does. So salt. Then we have a quarter of a teaspoon. In this case, I'm using a teaspoon of baking powder.
You know, there's a whole lot of women.
Nice.
Good.
Because we love to bake.
Bob Dionise's here. Nobody's really said I'm a dude, but Bob Dionise is apparently
Yeah.
a dude.
The baking powder. Now, it's time to zest our citrus. Let me see.
Let's see.
These old tea bags?
No, it's Fidget Tips. Why? Doesn't taste good?
I think my taste buds have died.
Let me try mine. So, Rick Rick is watching with
Careful,
Cookie.
careful, careful.
Cookie, have I ever asked you what's your real name? I mean, maybe it's Cookie, but I don't remember. Sorry if I...
A good 5960's husband
Yeah, it's
told her
kinda
about this, so that's good.
Yay.
It's a little watery. Let's wait. Can you put it in? It's hot.
Yo,
So, here we have... Okay, now, dry ingredients. I was playing with oranges and I had a lot of tangerines.
Cookie's name
the
is
other
Sherry.
day. Sherry? Hi, Sherry. Okay, sorry. And I want to try this with tangerines because they really have a particular essence. And so what I'm doing here, I'm using the zest of 3/4 tangerines and the zest of 1 orange. And then I'm going to use the juice of 3/4 tangerines. I want to see the thickness of the dough. So, and the zesting tangerine is a little bit tricky because you get more, there's the risk of getting a little bit more of the white part, but it doesn't bother me. And so what really makes it special is that I think the tangerine really gives you that juice flavor in a cookie. It's almost as if there was a heart of juice in the cookie. So you eat it and you taste the coconut, you taste a little bit of citrus,
And you go, this is a cookie,
but then you have this,
and then there's juice.
Juice,
but it's
right?
dry.
and it's dry, it's a dry
It's
cookie.
not like a juicy cookie.
So, and interesting enough, and maybe it's not a coincidence, one of the reasons why I really love them is that they remind me of this Italian sweet that we fry actually, or bake, but fried is the tradition, for Carnival, for in February. It's called, in Italian it's called bugie, and it's called lies. And they are these, it's basically deep fried dough that becomes crunchy and it's covered in sugar, granulated sugar, no powdered sugar. You had them there. Do you
I
remember
did
that you
have
had
them.
them, right?
Is
They
it
were
flat?
very good.
Huh?
Is it flat?
They become flat.
Okay.
And
Sounds like buñuelos.
they're amazing, and they remind me of my grandmother. I don't know if you guys have ever had this
grandmother
feeling.
flat and covered with brown
They
sugar?
remind me of my grandmother's bugia. My grandmother used to fry bugia every year,
Your grandmother's
and we had friends for dinner on Friday, and we were talking about food, and I told them it's interesting because I spent most of my life hating food, hating the kitchen, hating cooking because of my eating disorder, and so I didn't really learn. I didn't even pay attention to what my grandmother and my mom were doing. But somehow, everything that I do these days, now that I'm cooking, in a way is what they did. I remember the tricks, and I find it really interesting that something that you don't think you are observing is actually, right?
Yeah.
Do I make any sense?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Did you ever have an experience like that when things that you thought you were not paying attention to, then they show up in your life because you have absorbed them?
Yeah.
And I'm asking you guys as well. Ben, read the comments though.
I just wanted to hang out with Erica. I think Erica's our guest.
So-
I think we should kind of like put the camera straight in Erica's face and say, "So Erica, what do you think?"
No, I'm good. I'm having fun watching the zesting
No,
process.
have you ever had a feeling of like
Oh, definitely. Like
Oh.
my grandmother's cooking. There are some things that I do that she used to do, or my mom. There's like a favorite Thanksgiving thing that whenever I make it, it just reminds me of Thanksgiving at home with my family.
And that you were not on purpose
What is it?
learning.
Yeah. And
What is it?
And I learned it sort of just by being
By
around.
being-
by
yeah,
osmosis.
yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so very powerful. What is it?
Well, it's a very simple broccoli cheese rice casserole,
Okay.
and it's like it was we were the Campbell's soup generation, so it's a lot of like cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, and cream of broccoli. And when I moved out to LA and spent a holiday here by myself, I made it. I remember not being able to get a hold of my mom. This is still like pre cell phone in your hand all the time days. So I had that, and I had to learn. I had to kind of do it by taste. So I was like, I think she used this, and I think she used that, and and it turned out great. And I had a whole bunch of it for myself after the holidays.
Did you use the Campbell's soup?
I did, yeah, because I remember all
Fantastic.
of those things. And now that I'm obviously eating a lot differently, and less sodium and being good, and watching those sorts of things, I've found healthier ways to do that, which is great. So.
And were you able to recreate the same flavor without the Campbell soup?
Yeah, I think it came down to salt, because salt brings out a lot of flavors.
Yeah.
This is true.
So that, and obviously with the Campbell soup,
There's
there's
salt.
an exceptional amount, but it's still good.
So I test.
Somebody said that Dee Becker mom said that she makes it too. Broccoli rice
Yeah.
casserole with Campbell soup.
Yum!
Yeah.
Wow, so it is a
Yeah.
traditional.
Yeah, I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Okay, so here, send me. I just zested is a difficult word for me to say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actually tangerines.
Okay.
I want to make sure that we can taste it.
You have to take a picture of just the zested tangerine.
I have a question about whether Valencia oranges work.
They're really cute.
Huh?
Question about whether Valencia oranges work.
Well, I'm wondering whether for the juice, I think it really needs to be tangerine because that's the flavor.
But aren't you using kana kana as well?
No, I'm just the juice, just the tangerine. I'm wondering if I should just add some
Stick
orange
to your
zest.
recipe. Your recipe was amazing.
Well, I added some zest of an orange. So
Okay,
There we go.
stick to your recipe, sweetheart. It was great.
Yeah.
yeah, the juice should be tangerines. I mean, I'm sure that it's gonna come out nice with oranges as well, but tangerine have a particular essence and flavor. So that's. And I discovered I never made this cookie before. The other day I wanted to make something with coconut, and then I was asking Elise, like, what goes well with coconut? What can I make with? And I had a lot of tangerines, and so I just gave it a try. And the first try wasn't spectacular, but it was good enough to make me want to try it a second time. So here we have the
baking life, man. This
Huh?
is what they do on the Bake Off. They test their recipes a whole week before they go in and bake.
Now, you guys need to promise me something that if I ever publish a recipe cookbook, you guys are still gonna buy it because I'm giving away all my secrets here.
Yeah, somebody wants
And
to know when they're going to be online. I just want to say this in response to a question. Yes, coconut flour is gluten free. Is that reverse? It says free gluten. Yes.
So now let's go with the oil. This time I'm using sunflower oil because I thought the walnut. I usually use a lot of nut oils, but I think that with the coconut and the tangerine, adding a nut would be too much.
Is this what you used last night?
Yes, my love.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
sorry, I'm just being a control freak for a
sunflower,
change.
and we are doing 80 milliliters.
Okay.
80 milliliters.
Everybody says they'll buy your cookbook,
Yeah.
but they still want the recipes.
I know,
online.
I think that Abby's gonna have the website online in a day or two.
Yay.
In a day or two, I think. Okay, so 80 milliliters.
Okay.
Now it's time to juice
Ooh.
the.
Ooh.
So what I like about these cookies is that you guys know it because I make several versions of this. That you don't have to be all precise about fluffing the eggs and all this. Now let's get some juicing
I
going
just
here.
realized we're having a Schitt's Creek cooking moment where you're
What?
using terms where I'm like, fold in the cheese.
Oh my God! That episode.
What does
That
that
was
mean?
hilarious.
Yes, please
Let's
fold it
explain.
in.
Explain.
Do you
your
guys watch
terms.
Schitt's Creek? If not, you should because it's.
Do you want me to keep mixing this for you?
No.
Or no. Okay.
I'm just gonna in a half. Three tangerines. Why do I keep saying clementine? So and we're gonna juice them,
Okay.
squeeze them. Do you guys watch Schitt's Creek? Because if not, it's something that you really ought to try.
Here, what can I take?
No,
And I
no
think we're
responses,
done
of
with
course. Le Vertu Fila says, don't give away all your work. This is true. Don't
Don't
give away
what?
all your work.
You know, sharing is
Don't give
caring.
away your work. You know, sharing is caring, but hold some back.
Let's say that on the cookbook they will be way more precise.
We have a couple people who have watched Schitt's Creek and really dig it. And what else? We had something else that was entertaining here.
I mean, it's so good. Fold in the cheese.
Fold in the cheese. That's good Lord.
Okay, so
You got it?
tangerine are a little difficult to zest because they're so tiny.
Oh, true. She's doing a good job over here, though.
So the juice, again, I'm gonna juice 3, and then we see how thick the dough is because we may need a little bit more. I'll show you what I want the dough to look like. And this actually was born out of a mistake because the first time I made the dough was so thick that I needed something to make it a little bit smoother and soft. And I thought about the juice, but the initial idea was just to add the zest. And I think that what really makes it magical is the juice. I know from the Kids Baking Championship that adding citrus is actually always risky when you
I was
bake.
gonna ask.
Yeah, unless the recipe is
Calls for it.
originally with juice.
But it worked. It was.
This time it worked. What I like to do for this, I put some pulp. So I like to find it in the cookie,
Oh,
just a
okay.
tiny bit of the pulp, you know. And I take some out of the half squeezed fruit. Yeah.
Mutsamuk says that they use blood orange infused EVOO. What's that? EVOO.
Extra virgin olive oil.
Okay. Oh, yes. It's for baking recipes with fruit ingredients.
Oh,
so
interesting.
good. Blood
Ooh,
orange infused.
yeah, I bet.
And
Nice.
Runhard wants to know, how was Maury's? Maury's. Maury's is great.
And you know, it filled
Maury's
me up for the
bagels.
entire day.
Oh, okay.
The bagels. See, look at what I'm doing. I'm just taking some of this pulp and I'm just putting in the cake, in the dough. Maury's was good, but it filled me up for the entire day.
Maury's
And,
bagels, they have a stance at the farmer's market
all
on
the farmers
Ivar.
market, but not always.
see, okay.
Sometimes they
They're somewhere else too.
in Silver Lake, right?
I think so, yeah.
Not too much, but it's nice that sometimes a piece of cookie will have a piece of the
A
of the
little,
pulp.
little
I was
amuse
surprised.
bouche. Amuse bouche.
A moose bush.
If we have pulp, we got to give Ben beets. No bloody way.
We don't
Honestly,
need beets.
I will hurl, to put it politely in teenage terms, from when I was a teenager.
Little beads.
See, I added some pulp. Now,
Okay.
I want to go with the eggs and then add the juice. We still have to add what, Erica? The vanilla, right?
Yes. So dry ingredients first.
Yeah.
This is helping me because I'm a new baker. Dry ingredients first, and
put the
then
eggs.
the wet
Yep.
is the best way for this recipe.
And of course, you can make everything in the food processor, the mixer. But I thought that since we're hanging out here,
Yeah.
the mixer makes it less personal. I need to really change position because
Okay.
Are you using a whisk?
no, I'm using a spoon, an old
Because, you know, you could use this whisk.
Those are so great.
aren't they? Our friend Cynthia and Jim bought them for Catherine for Valentine's Day. And you know, she saw a present in
And
the
they
morning.
work.
She thought that it was her birthday all over again. So she started singing happy birthday again and again and again. And the first thing she said to me when she came down in the kitchen in the morning was, present. And I didn't know what it was. And she met present. She saw the present and she knew that was for her. So
Since her birthday
She's
was
been
right
cooking with
before
me.
Christmas.
yeah.
That's right.
There was her birthday, then Christmas, then birthday and Christmas presents that arrived
Now
between the holidays
I'm
and
adding the
late.
juice. As you can see, this needs a lot of juice.
We need to hold all of this higher. This is my opinion. Well, it's pretty good. It works pretty well.
So, let's add some of the, you know what I should have done probably? Put the vanilla in the juice. What am I going to do it here?
No, that looks
So we added
getting
this,
a really nice consistency.
we added the salt, we added the,
Oh, do you need anyone?
okay, thank you. I would say a quarter, a little bit over, a quarter of a teaspoon. I always put, or a little bit more than that. Guys, I promise that next week I'm gonna change my position in the kitchen, because by being left-handed, I realized that I always give them my elbow. Okay, so let's add a little bit more juice. Basically, this dough needs to be almost the consistency of when you make meatballs, because basically we're gonna create patties.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Do you need to bring this?
I'm gonna add a little bit more. The first day I used Oatly, but then I realized that by using the juice, that's what really gives the amuse-bouche.
The amuse-bouche
Amuse-bouche.
for taste explosion.
Taste explosion.
I love that.
Like yeah, you know what? Actually, how there's a bubble gum, right? That has a heart of.
Oh yeah,
But
liquid.
how's it called?
Is it Bubblicious? It's the Bubblicious that's like,
They
or those little. I know
There's
it's
something you bite and it has the explosion of
Flavor
flavor.
burst or something.
Flavor, yeah, flavor burst. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to add a little bit more, you guys. I need to stop saying you guys. Someone told me that I shouldn't.
I can say y'all.
Y'all.
Hey y'all.
Ciao ragazzi. If there's someone. So okay, so I started calling myself with my Italian name lately, and it's been a little difficult because now I go by Alice, and people. It's a little weird because after 10 years of calling myself Alice, and now I have to do Alice.
Oh, okay.
It's a little weird. I'm gonna have to squeeze one more tangerine. So guys, how was your weekend? I know some of you commented on my photo yesterday telling me how their weekend was. Please let me know. Ours was pretty good. You know, highs and lows. Highs were more than the lows, which is great. What are you writing?
Something about President's Day.
Prisoner's Day?
President's
Oh, President's Day.
It's also Random Act of Kindness Day.
Yeah. Oh, what did I do kind today? I didn't see anyone. Let me think. Did I do anything? Oh, I was kind today. In general, I try to be kind. Do we really need a kindness day? Random.
Yeah, we need
though.
a kindness eternity.
Yeah, I think so.
President's Day, this is a good question, is it for Lincoln and Washington because it's their birthday, or is it to honor all the previous presidents?
I thought it was to honor all the previous presidents, but I'm not sure when
Because
it
somebody
started.
today wrote Happy President's Day on Twitter with an apostrophe after the T, as if it was for them because they are the president.
No, oh yeah. It's President's Day.
It's President's Day.
Yeah.
Okay, so I zested one more tangerine.
Oh,
I don't know,
this is
guys,
good.
should have I wished you Happy President's Day? I don't know, sorry if I
You
have.
can wish Obama
If I have not.
Happy President's Day.
I think I want to put a tiny bit more. So I say that we went with all of them? No, four. So, look at the dough. Keep, this is the consistency. I'm going to show you now. So, your dough may not need as much liquid. You may need more. I'll show you now what the consistency needs to be.
Great.
It looks great, right?
Yeah.
It almost looks like a carrot cake.
It does.
And now, a rule that my mom gave me as advice, but of course I didn't follow it. One day she told me, don't taste the cookies when they're right out of the oven because the flavor is not ready. And I was like, oh, it's not true. And then I realized that she's right. So I would suggest trying these cookies even just a couple of hours later. We have 2 from last night, and I think that we're going to try both to see the difference.
Okay.
Okay, now,
Here.
I know because I have to make, can you give me the baking sheet?
Yes.
So, this is the dough. Can you see it? Yes, sir. So, it's, you really, I'm gonna get the, thank you. We're really gonna make patties. So, I'm gonna start with a spoon, and then I'm gonna mold them and model them. Okay, I'll show you now.
Okay, so
See, this is exactly like you would do for a meatball. Probably a little bit thicker than a meatball, right?
Yeah, like a big meatball, which I like.
I like to make, guys, I like to make these as almost as big as scones.
Nice. Yeah.
They make a nice dessert. And so you can make them smaller. If you do make them smaller, the cooking time should be reduced a little. This cook in 10 minutes at 400. I would like the oven to be the convection on for the first 1-2 minutes and then off.
Okay.
So if you make them much smaller, I would reduce it to 8. And then one thing that I learned from the Kids Baking Championship, see, I don't know if this is too small, so I'm gonna just add a tiny bit for each. That when you take a cake or a cookie out of the oven and you keep it out for more than 10 minutes, I believe, it stops the cooking. So you can put a cookie back. If you want to put a cookie or a cake back in the oven, it has to be right away.
Yeah.
So you check, with a toothpick, you check, and if it's not ready, just put it right back. Otherwise, you stop the cooking. This kid had made this beautiful cake, but it was undercooked because he didn't know that.
how do you test it with the toothpick?
The toothpick must come out dry.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
So
you
now-
ate some, and if it gets stuck between your teeth.
So now I'm going to model them with a spoon into this like a kind of a round shape, just so that then I can make the patty. You can do it with your hands. Actually, these are not sticky. Just so that, and then again, I think that I could play with the shape a little bit better. So I think that I could make shapes. Probably this could make a nice heart, right?
Yeah, but it's.
But
there's
what I
nothing
like
like
about
homemade
these cookies is that these are quick, rustic cookies. And so I like that they have a rustic shape. But by all means, if you're good at it, and if you want to make shapes, have fun. Now, let me save every. Now, what I do here, I'm going to press them a little with my hand. You can do it with a fork. Probably with a fork, it's better. And then just, model the edges so that they have some kind of a round shape, if you care.
I like the idea of I've never heard that before, rustic.
Yeah, they have a rustic.
But that's a very good description.
They have a rustic feel. They come out. I realized this when I made the lavender one with you guys. Actually, with the fork, they come out prettier. So do the fork. Don't do your hands. Because
She's right,
look
fork's
at nice. It makes it really cute. Do you remember that we made the lavender ones with the fork, and they came out really rustic and so fragrant, so beautiful. See, you can really make a nice shape. So have fun with it. Just be creative. If you're in a hurry, this is great.
Can you make a dinosaur?
I'm sure.
Can you make a 747?
What is a 747? Is it a gun?
Giant plane.
It's a kind of plane.
Oh.
She's never seen Airplane.
Oh wow.
I don't know if you would enjoy Airplane.
Do
What
you
is
think
it?
it holds up now?
It's a show?
It's so incredibly dumb. It's the best, funniest, dumbest movie ever made. I don't know if it'd be your thing.
Actually, not hold up. Do you think people get the references now?
Well,
Yeah.
Alice remembers before there was TSA.
Yeah.
That's basically what you have to know.
Yeah, that's true.
When I'm with Ben and Erica and they start talking about movies, I feel so ignorant because I think I watch like 2 out of 10 if I'm lucky.
This is Airplane. This is kind of like if you watched The Love Boat.
Yeah.
Except it's so
Super
good.
cheesy.
Everybody saw Airplane.
It was like, my parents talked about it. They loved it. Yeah.
Did you know it's actually based on a real movie? Like really closely on a real movie?
I didn't know that.
Yes,
Which
it is.
one?
Did you guys watch Airplanes? Let's talk to our friends too.
Anybody?
0 Hour.
I haven't seen
Oh.
one single comment. I'm sorry.
I will tell you. Smash 2 cookies together with whipped cream in the middle or ice cream. Veronica, I am with you.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And do we have newcomers that I haven't seen since the beginning of the show? If
We
so,
have had
tell your name.
a lot of people have been logging on.
Let's
but,
you know, it's not that I don't care about the old timers. You know, I love you guys because you've been with me from day one. But it's always nice to see new people that join in.
Uh oh, who could that be? Erica, do you want to read any
I'll read some
comments?
comments. Let's do it. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
I'm gonna show you now. They really don't. Aren't they cute with the fork?
Yes,
Right?
I love them.
Okay, so
They're really nice.
look at this.
Gorgeous.
Like burgers.
Beautiful.
So we're gonna put them in the oven for 10 minutes, and we're gonna move to our next dessert.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, sorry.
And yes, you guys, I'm putting the timer. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. You can be on camera for a second while I wash my hands.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Okay.
We're
New
reading
recipe.
comments, looking stuff, and now we're gonna move on to the second recipe that she's gonna let me do a little bit
Yes.
of, I think.
Okay. I can be your sous chef.
Oh gosh.
Do you want me to be your sous chef?
Sure. Oh, thank you. Someone said my shirt was cute.
It is, right?
Terry 89. Thank you. Unique vintage. They're really fun, and I like their stuff.
Hey, Elise.
Wow,
Elise, do you want to come and
Hi,
say
Shirley
hi?
Saffel.
Yes, Elise. Elise.
Hi, Love
Guys,
Johnson.
we may have Elise.
Oh, hi.
Come and say hi.
Say hi.
Please.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, you guys. Today is a miracle. Come here.
I'm
Come
with
here.
you, Leslie Jarvis 123. I also love
Yeah,
the
hi,
song
guys.
Ding Dong.
Guys,
Hi,
look at
guys.
me. Come here. They don't
Hi,
see
yeah,
you.
we have-
Please.
We
They
have a
didn't
special
see you.
guest.
They
But
didn't
it's
see
camera
you.
shy.
Please, they
Hey,
didn't see you
Elise,
at all.
no. Elise doesn't want to go. Elise doesn't have to go. Go
Did
on,
those
Elise.
cookies have leavening
No,
other than
Right
eggs? That's a good
Right
question.
end.
I will ask for you. Good.
What was the question?
Do you want me to-
Good 5960 asked, did those cookies have leavening other than eggs?
Okay, Kathy?
But
Leavening.
yes, they have a quarter of a teaspoon of baking powder.
Quarter of a teaspoon of baking powder.
Yeah.
So that
You need to be careful with the baking powder because one day I added too much and you could taste it in the cookie and
Today is red, all red.
Oh,
ciao amore mio.
You have
Ciao,
a
well, he
Valentina.
says hello back, and she is
No,
okay.
No, we need to.
Having fun watching
wanna
us
see
off
it? You
camera.
can't
We're
touch
gonna
it.
get back to Ben.
So I want to what? I'll go back to it, but I'm just gonna.
delayed, yeah.
I'm going to
Here.
give. I'm going to give Carlisle back.
See
to
this?
her.
Okay, so let's move on to the next
We're moving on to the next.
recipe.
Here's your bowl.
Yeah, can I wash your hand first?
I'm gonna open the ricotta for you. Which do you need first?
Let's do this here. I can open it and you.
Mindy Hertzon's here, but she's always late for the party. But there you are. I'm so happy. Everybody says hi, Elise. Queen says, "Bring forth Elise." Call her in by the arm. No.
Okay, I can open this. We need the ricotta, or you can open it.
Sure, whatever. Yeah. I'll
So-
open this for you, and then.
Now the ingredients for this: ricotta, fresh ricotta. I'm using sheep ricotta because I really like it. You can use vegan ricotta.
Good stuff.
Yeah, this is good stuff. Let
It's
me
yummy.
give you a bowl. So you can put it in there. And you might want to.
More comments.
Open.
So yeah, I really like sheep ricotta, and this is actually quite mild. There's a sheep ricotta that it's like more wild, if you will. It's beautiful. You can use almond ricotta. You can use regular ricotta. The better the ricotta, of course, the better the dessert will be, okay? Because it's ricotta based. Well, what I like about this, you don't mind, right?
Oh, no.
It's a little salty.
Oh, yeah.
It's more salty than a regular ricotta, than a milk ricotta. So I like the contrast. Now this is a recipe. What I love about this is that I made it up one day because I had this leftover of ricotta. I didn't want to throw it away and I was craving something sweet. And I think that desserts that are ricotta based are just good.
Yeah, they're really
So
yummy.
there's no really, ingredients are there's not a quantity. So it really depends how many people you want to serve. I think that, and also this, by the way, you can put it in the fridge for a few days.
You come back to it.
Yeah.
How, like, what's a day
I'm gonna keep just a
count?
tiny bit of this. Huh?
What-
I would say, well, it's so good that it won't last that long.
Oh.
But
So probably 24 hours.
I would say that 2 days. 2 or 3 days. It's ricotta, just like the amount of time that you keep an open ricotta in your fridge.
Yeah.
And so this is more like I'm making this quantity. So I use basically 3/4 of the ricotta. I'm keeping this for something that I want to make for dinner. It's gonna be more of a little side cup together with the cookie.
Oh yeah. She's turning the confection oven.
So 3/4. Now this is coconut based. So I want an amount of coconut that makes this semi, like kind of moussey. What's the term?
Moussey?
I mean, yeah, moussey.
So
Moussesque? Smoosk?
you start, mix it. Not as much as we would use for the ricotta meatballs, because those really had to stick together. I want this to be a little bit softer.
So smoother, mousse-like consistency.
You're looking over your shoulder.
I'll put a tiny bit more. So this is very personal. You guys, if you want it thicker, if you want it more of a cream, like to pour on top of something. I don't know. I like this in a little cup, and I think it makes a nice treat. It makes a very healthy, nice afternoon snack if you want, because it's
Afternoon delight. Yeah.
and there's not much sugar too. You can decide the amount of sugar, which Ben, of course, will argue is not enough. I think that
Actually,
this
I
is
think
what I
the
want.
amount of sugar you've been using on this, I thought it was not enough, and then when the after bite kicked in of the juice, I was like, holy moly, it was perfect.
What I love about this,
But you put the confectioners on top.
yeah, I put the confection. So what I love about this is that it has the salt. It really plays with. This is good even without sugar, just with the coconut. It makes this
Okay.
salty.
Oh, 'cause it's a little sweet coconut anyway, right? So yeah.
So
To sort of, Deepak Mom missed what you poured into
I
the
want
ricotta.
to. Okay, I'll tell them. I just want to show you that I'm just sprinkling some, and then I'll taste it. I poured shredded coconut, the same shredded coconut that I use for the cookies.
So sugar to
So
taste.
just sugar to taste. Now I like to find the granulated sugar. Great choice would be the like powdered sugar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add a tiny bit of vanilla extract, not too much.
Yeah, I love vanilla extract.
Straight from the bottle.
So
I always say that if you have the paste, it's even better.
No chaser.
I can't find the paste. So now I'll taste
Like
it to
this.
see if it needs sugar or not.
Ooh, it's very moussey. I like it.
Tiny bit, tiny bit. This is really personal, you guys. So
That's good.
Ooh, ricotta, powdered sugar, and whipping cream mixed together.
oh yeah. Now
Powdered-
one thing that you could
powdered
add here, if you can use chocolate chips in it, you can use candied orange. You can use chocolate powder and make the chocolate mousse, ricotta mousse. But see, this is something you can do last minute and have a very nice dessert. So now I'm gonna slice this. No, yeah, I'm not gonna add them though, my love.
Oh no, it's just showing. You need a plate?
Yeah, we're gonna use this top. Oh, there you go. So I'm gonna slice some strawberries.
How I do. Ooh, they look pretty.
Yeah, they're almost ready. So again here, no rules. How do you want the strawberries? I like to find the little pieces inside, but then now that we're gonna plate it, we can put a nice, just little pieces of strawberries.
I'm glad you did that because I do not know how to do that. Let's see what she did here. Okay.
See,
Did
I'm
she-
not
did
telling
she
it's
fold
not
the cheese?
fancy.
She did not fold it. Well, she has folded.
I
Yeah,
did.
she's been folding the cheese.
I folded
She's
in
gonna fold the strawberries into.
and
the
I
cheese.
folded in the coconut and the sugar.
Yes, you did.
So this is very personal too. How many you want to put? How important are strawberry for you in this dish? You can add blueberries. You can add raspberries, blackberries.
Now, what is this
In
part
In the
of
summer,
dish?
a very ripe nectarine.
What do you call this, though?
Apricots.
Ricotta cream, ricotta cream with strawberries and coconut.
Yum.
Okay.
Yum.
I actually find really fascinating those people who can invent
Names.
for recipes.
Or for prescription drugs.
Nice.
I mean, really.
Maybe
Oh
they're
my
the same people.
God.
Man, can you give me one of those nice coffee cups that the owner of this house left us.
Oh, the nice ones. Are they in there?
They're in there, my
Here.
love.
Okay.
Probably second shelf.
Wow. I'm like marveling at your technique here
Three
because I've never cut
Oops,
strawberries.
oops,
3 strawberries.
Questel or are these ours?
No, these are ours. Second shelf, love.
The second shelf, they aren't from the owner of the previous house, I don't believe. The teacups?
Coffee. They're like espresso cups. They're tiny.
I will look. I shall look.
Guys,
I
do you
know
wanna
I'm
see
terrible,
how am I
aren't I?
going? You see how long it's gonna take me to find that? Yes, those.
Yeah.
Those.
Oh, they're pretty. Ooh.
Did you guys watch the show on Netflix, the Seth Meyers special?
No.
Oh, hilarious. You should. Yes.
It's really good.
Especially if you're a married couple or if you are married
Oh boy.
or if you have a partner, whatever. So, this, I want to just make sure these are.
Oh yeah. Let's see how these look.
Or if you want to laugh at married people,
I think that it's the
I do
best.
like laughing at married people. It's
So,
actually my favorite thing to do.
Let's play them.
I miss it.
This is how easy this is, and and how beautiful it looks when you fill it in. And
Look.
so,
Oh my gosh, that's so
it's that
cute.
easy. And thank you, timer.
All right.
Actually, timer tells you a few minutes before,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then but now I'm gonna take.
And then do you garnish?
And then again, I'm not a good garnisher, so just play with your creativity. I just put some strawberry. If you're good at doing the strawberry
Roses?
yes, roses, they will be great. I'm not, apparently. Those kids at the Kids Baking Championship are amazing.
Listen, they are amazing.
Runhard says she always wants to taste the food because it just looks so good. But you know, you can taste it if you just make
You
it.
gotta make it. Yeah.
You can make it. I'm not allowed to make it because I'd have to get near knives, and I'm the guy that put the blood into the blood oranges one day. But y'all can make it.
Ooh, those are pretty.
The smell is fantastic.
Yeah. Yum.
When they, I'll put, babe, can you move just a
See.
little? I'll put some powdered sugar on top when they get a little cooler. So otherwise I know that they're cooked or not by doing that. I think they need a few more minutes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I don't want to burn.
No, you're okay.
With these cookies, you need to be careful because they become overcooked very easily. Can you get 3
Did you set time?
good spoons? No, teaspoons.
Teaspoon?
You can
Oh,
try this
I have
big.
one here.
So, you want to get
No, we
the
have
good
these.
ones?
These
Like
are.
Oh,
like
These are
fancy
pretty.
ones. Okay.
So, guys, I haven't looked at your comments. For
Thank you.
one
I
dipped in
have.
chocolate to garnish would be perfect. Absolutely,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
How cute are these? So find a nice cup, or even like this to me is very like classic. You can find, like, you use a jar if you have like a small jar.
Those are cute.
Isn't this? It took us what, 10 minutes to make?
Yeah.
Isn't this pretty? Dusted with cocoa powder. Add some almond, like almonds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like shredded almonds or chopped almonds.
What's in the oven,
Yeah.
Stacy? What's in the oven?
Got there late.
It's coconut tangerine cookies
Mm-hmm.
that are basically ready. I love the hydrated strawberries as they're slightly sour. Yes, absolutely. I love them in cereal and milk.
Oh yeah. Yum. Those are really yummy.
Well, you're getting compliments on your tops,
One
you
did-
two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, what about my top? hey, what about this? What about this top?
We did very
Banana, absolutely banana.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Banana, yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It really plays with everything because it's so versatile.
Oh, are we going in?
Do you want to try it
Yeah.
before
Here, I'll
take
come.
out the cookies?
I'll come.
Ben, do you want to come and
Ben,
try?
you can squeeze
I
in.
sure
I'll come
do.
in behind Alice.
It's trying time.
It's
Okay.
trying time again.
Let's
You're
do
gonna
it.
feed me.
Okay.
Mm.
It's good, but you know what I'm gonna say.
Ben wants more sugar.
I think it's really, really good.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Isn't it
I would
nice
put
with the-
a little bit more
I mean,
sugar.
you could go
But-
sweeter.
The
You can go sweeter.
the fact that
But
there isn't more
I-
sugar lets the strawberries stand
Yeah,
out more. But
Yeah.
Probably adding a little bit more strawberries.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay, so I must say that you gotta like the sheep.
Yeah.
It has the it's not too prominent, but you can taste that tangy saltiness of the sheep cheese. So if you don't like sheep, just go with regular ricotta. I really like because I love cheese as dessert. So cheese with honey, cheese with, so I love that kind of play, like that play with flavors. If you don't, sorry, fine. Just use regular ricotta, and also you can sweeten this with honey.
Yeah, you can. Oh yeah, that's
On New Year's Eve, you guys, we remember that we made a beautiful dessert with lavender, ricotta, and lavender honey, and so that also is gonna give a brand new take on this little
nice and crispy
cup, precious cup. Now we need to wait a second for these, but look, now here we become all professional. But we've made this pre-made.
Should I give?
It's magic.
Elise, you're always welcome, of course. Ta-da!
Ooh.
I think she left.
It's pre-made. I love it.
So we're gonna try. I want to try both because I want to show you. And also we said that we want to taste the difference.
Yeah.
I gotta say, this that I said needed more sugar, I can't stop eating it.
That's the thing. I think that when you put too much sugar, it
You
kind
can
of
never go back.
But also, I think that when it doesn't have too much sugar, you keep wanting to eat it because you want. It makes. I don't know.
Yeah.
I understand the extra sweetness and that. So let's try with this one, and then we can try this to see the difference. So this is the cooked one. There was powdered sugar on top that, of course, melted with the cookie. These are actually 3 days old, I believe. I made them on Friday.
The deal is, the best thing is if you have them like 3 or 4 hours after they're made,
It's true.
they're mind-blowing. But straight out of the oven, you don't get the full effect.
So that's why now I want to try both.
Okay. Bottoms up.
Ciao, amore. Ciao, amore mio.
They're still good, but I think that the deal, you see that after like
Yep.
the juice kicks in. Isn't that strange?
Ciao, amore.
Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's like an afterburn.
So good. Now, I'm really... Vuoi un biscottino?
Sì.
Assaggiare un pezzo di questo di mamma?
Sì.
Tieni.
The sample.
Il shampoo, sì?
Oh, fantastico.
La lavanda.
Lavanda.
Shampoo alla lavanda, amore. That cookie. That cookie.
Oh yeah.
I wish y'all could see this beautiful girl, but you can't.
What do you think?
She's mine.
Oh, that smells really good.
Okay.
So,
You're gonna take a bath with
Okay,
me?
let's go. That's it?
Ben, oh, they're really
Okay,
hot.
tesoro.
They're
Oh,
really
these are the
hot.
fresh one. Okay.
Yeah.
They're hot.
They're
It's
hot.
hot.
No, thank you.
Is that more cookies? I see you, bro.
See, these are good. And they have a little bit of cake.
Catherine, you
But
ready?
once they rest,
Catherine.
The smell,
once
guys.
they rest,
Are you
you
gonna
really
go to
get
the
the you really get that juice
Oh,
thing. It's crazy.
Oh,
These are
these are
delicious.
really good.
Yeah.
This, I think that the tangerine here,
Oh, yeah.
it really comes through.
Yeah, I gotta say, I would eat them out of the oven.
They're good, right?
Yeah, I mean, those are amazing.
Ooh,
There's just
these are good, guys.
Mm.
And the reason why I put the powdered sugar is just because they look prettier, but I don't think they need
It doesn't
sugar.
need it.
So 80 grams is absolutely right. These are so good. It really, right, doesn't it?
Hot. I like them really. I like them like that.
They're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually really hot too. They leave you this tangerine juice flavor.
Tangerine dream. That's what you can call
Tangerine
it.
dream. So, they're really good, right? Did you try them? Oh, yeah, you did.
I like the hot ones.
Actually, she likes the hot, but they're true that
The
they're
thing is, they're great because they're fresh. And Erica, are you sticking around?
Yeah.
Okay, because in an hour or two.
Erica's staying for
in
dinner.
an hour or two.
Guys, so, well, this was I would say a successful episode, but I want to know, what are you having for dinner? I know that those of you on the East Coast are ready for bed. Ready for bed.
I'm told,
Nine is my bedtime,
Or maybe
right?
9 o'clock people are having
Um,
dinner.
I'm told my sweater is very collegiate, but you know what? I went to college and I quit college.
Actually,
so
it
it's-
reminded me of
it's
Harry
fair.
Potter.
Well, someone is having Mindy is having eggplant parmesan,
Yum.
chicken wings.
Yum.
Do you want to know what we're having?
Yeah.
We're having grilled asparagus with like smoked salmon rolls that I make with cream cheese and some ricotta.
Yeah.
And there was another thing that I said I want to make. God, I forgot. I have some fresh tomatoes, and I said I'm gonna make some fresh. I don't remember. We can't just eat
Our
asparagus.
friend Rebecca mom said she had kale and farro again.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's hooked.
That's good.
People add all sorts of great
Alice,
stuff.
I had
Spinach and
I had
mushrooms are so
kale.
cool.
And I just ran, so I had a light snack after, so not having but a protein shake.
Scroll up. A lot of people have great
Cookie,
stuff.
I'm jealous. Sherry just had a Girl Scout cookie appetizer and vegetable soup with pasta, like it. Spinach salad with about 200 chickpeas.
Somebody had bok choy and rice.
Teresa had grilled salmon with a beet salad on the
No,
side.
Teresa, you're breaking
I made
my
strawberry
heart.
walnut salad with poppy seed dressing. Ooh, poppy seed dressing. Sounds fantastic. Pasta, always a good idea.
Comes out here, doesn't it?
So yeah, I think I forgot what we're having. I mean, I know about the grilled asparagus. Oh, I have some butternut. No, I have some kabocha that I baked, just with olive oil. We have some. Here we have some spaghetti squash. I think that because tonight there was a show, I told Erica dinner is just gonna be kind of a snacky, like Italian way,
Love it.
or tapas.
Love it.
So that's what we're gonna have, and I think that then we're gonna have dessert.
Yeah.
And then I think we may watch the Kids Baking Championship.
Run hard. Cold pizza is not a sad thing. Cold pizza can be
Oh,
amazing.
cold pizza is actually amazing. Cold pizza.
Cold pizza is
Yes.
an after-all
Okay,
staple.
Susie had asparagus with lemon pepper, fresh sauteed mushrooms and onions with fried potatoes, and now
Nice.
fresh fruit
Whoa.
with the same sauce fruit dip you just made. Now look,
Nice. You guys are stepping up. I'm so proud.
Cooking with gas.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
It makes me really happy. Mindy loves the baking championships. Yeah, I love all of them. Do I have a question here before
Sure.
we?
So good.
Before we say-
Okay, you guys, it's time to leave you. Unfortunately.
We're gonna go eat cookies. Yay! This is so
now
fun. Thanks for
it's
having
time
me.
to
I
say
get spoiled. She cooks for me a lot, so it's
goodbye.
just nice to bake and have fun with these
Erica,
guys.
do you want?
I love these guys.
No, we have a couple of minutes, so let's wait till we're down to the clock, and then maybe Erica can
Yeah.
sing her favorite
Oh God.
song for saying bye bye. Maybe
Oh, by the way,
perhaps
Erica
it's
is a
even
great
like in
singer.
Spanish.
Bye
Erica is an amazing
Perhaps it's even in
singer.
Spanish or perhaps a Scandinavian language.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Bye bye. The only thing that comes to mind on bye bye is bye bye Bernie.
That's good.
Say you'll always. What is it? What is it?
Bye bye, birdie. We're gonna miss you so.
There you go.
I cry, birdie.
I love it.
So it's Erica
Come and
sing.
say hi, Ben.
Yeah.
Come here. Come here. We have like a minute or two.
I made me immediately think of
Look, we have 2 minutes. Let's like.
Goodbye, goodbye.
Oh,
it's
okay.
so nice to
What's
know
no
you.
goodbye English
Goodbye,
phrase?
goodbye.
Goodbye.
It's so nice to know.
Is it? Oh,
Goodbye. No.
I'm thinking Sound of Music,
I'm
right?
actually thinking the pre.
Goodbye,
Bye,
farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night,
Goodbye, everybody.
Oh, no, that is it.
right.
Oh, no, I know what you're talking about.
Goodbye, everybody.
Yep.
We've got.
To go.
Okay, that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I
Buon
love you
lavoro.
all.
Te.
And until we meet again,
Buon
let me know if you make these cookies.
Te.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Buon
Thank you.
lavoro.
Thank you.